You go into coaching and consulting because you want to help others improve their lives by sharing with them some things that you've learned and done that made a difference in your own life, right? And in order to really reach that audience, meaning the people who are going to resonate most with your message, then there's some things that you need to really ask yourself. And the answers to those questions are really important to know. Why? Because they can make a big difference into how successful your business is. I'm Laura Lee Humphreys, and in this episode of Faces of Freedom TV, then we're going to be talking about what some of those questions and answers are and why they're so important. So you'll want to stick around to the end, and I'll also be sharing with you some things, 3 different things to consider and think about while you're in this process of creating your personal brand. All right? So I wanted to start out with a quote from one of my all-time favorite mentors and teachers that has inspired and taught me a lot, Brendan Burchard. You probably have heard of him. So he wrote in one of his books called The Millionaire Messenger, he had this little quote, and it says, you lose the most clarity when you take your eyes off of the questions about clarity. So in talking about what your brand is and what your message is, then you really need to be super, super clear on what those things are. So the first thing that I want to share with you to help you get that clarity is to sit down and take out a journal or on your laptop and type out some things of how you describe the best version of you. Your things that you've learned, things that you've done, characteristics, qualities that you have. Write down a list of maybe like 20 different words and then narrow it down to 3. Yeah, really, 3 words. It can be a little challenging at times because when I did it, then I wanted to stay at like 5 or 7 words. But if you can get down to 3, then that'll be great. So these are going to be your 3 power words. And choose words that you can grow into. Meaning you can see that you've got some of those traits or qualities now, but you want to develop them further. Or you really like them about yourself, but you want to just expand it. So spend some time and create your 3 power words. Come up with them. That's tip number 1. Number 2 is now put that into action by giving yourself reminders of these 3 words all throughout your day. You can write them out on sticky notes and paste them all over your house, put them on your calendar, on your phone, reminders everywhere you go in your car. I have sticky notes all over my house of little phrases and things to remind me of what I am intentionally creating for my business and who I want to become and how I want to express myself with people. So it's a really good way of just reminding yourself. When you're always looking at those Post-it notes, it's always in the forefront of your mind. You can also put them in your calendar in your phone so that whenever you look at your calendar, then you can see this little phrase of your 3 power words. Okay? So think of ways in which you can remind yourself or look at your 3 power words multiple times throughout the day. And one of those things to help jar your memory with that is, who do you want to be as an entrepreneur? That can help you, again, go back to creating your 3 power words. But it's reminding you of who do you want to step into being, because that's branding you. Who you are, how you come across to people, how they receive you, what your message is, which dictates your services and products. That's all your brand. Okay? So where are your 3 power words reflected within your brand? Okay? Another thing you can do with your 3 power words is say them out loud to yourself. So you're literally commanding or teaching, training yourself of how to perform. You know, we grew up with a lot of outside voices of authority, meaning our parents, school, society, religious leaders, if you are in any kind of a religious discipline. But there's a lot of voices outside of us who want to tell us who to be and how to be. And it's really easy just to kind of go into the autopilot default mode according to what other people want us to be, rather than taking some time and space declare out all those other voices and find your own voice. That's why creating your 3 power words and then telling them to you multiple times during the day can be so powerful. So that you become the voice in your mind, the adult voice that's your own in current present time, rather than that adult critical voice that we all grew up with that's very limiting and can be self-sabotaging. Okay, so you're training your body mind, your inner child, you want to call it that, of how to act, how to be, and how to respond to people. So that process can help you rewrite the critical adult voice in your head. Okay. So another suggestion in terms of this too is before you go into any event where you're interacting with people, or even when you're coming home from wherever your day has taken you and you're about to interact with your family or your loved ones, the people that you share your home with, take a few minutes and sit in your car. This is another tip from Brendan that I'm sharing with you. Sit in your car and really talk to yourself out loud to say, okay, how am I going to interact with these people? I'm going to be walking through the door. Who do I want to show up as? How am I branding myself? Again, what are my 3 power words? How am I going to interact with them and speak to them? What kind of energy am I going to convey to them so that I can communicate to them what my 3 power words are, hence branding myself? Okay, so think about that. Always find ways in which you can be reminding yourself, talking to yourself about what your 3 power words are, all right? Because the more congruent and alignment you can be with who you are, what you're about, who you're moving into being, how you want to be seen and perceived by others, all of that goes into your branding, but then it also goes into how people respond to you, and it can affect and influence the products and services that you offer them, which when it's in alignment and congruent with you, then people respond to those services and products more favorably because they get it. They get you, they get your message, and it resonates with them deeply because you're in alignment. All right? So that's the second tip, is talk to yourself. Use your 3 power words all the time, every day. And then the third tip and suggestion I have for you today is, in doing that, then you're learning to repattern your body. So in the words and the actions that you're doing, that's one way of repatterning your body, telling yourself, this is the adult voice that we're going to follow now, as opposed to the critical adult voice that you grew up with from other people, outside influences. So when you're repatterning your body with all of these different activities, what you're really doing is changing your nervous system and your chemistry, and your hormones. You're giving your body like chemical upgrades, okay? And one tool or resource that I can offer you that is very effective and powerful in helping you shift the chemistry of your body and your nervous system is the gifts of plants, okay? I talk about this a lot. So the importance of plants and how we can use them intentionally, consciously, to not only improve our health by eating good food, but we can also use the gifts of plants in this process of becoming, of repatterning and rewiring our body and our nervous system so that we can hold a different energy and a feeling and a vibration which is in alignment and reflects, again, our 3 power words of who we want to become. Again, it's all about branding you. How do you want to be perceived? How are you going to interact with people? Who do you want them to know you as? Okay, so we can use the gifts of plants in doing that. And what makes them so powerful is that plants are by nature master alchemists. They make all kinds of chemicals, an endless array, to address whatever the plant needs in order to maintain and thrive in its environment. So when we take in quality, high quality, pure plants and plant-infused products that still have life force in them, which is very crucial, then the chemistry of those plants and plant products, which are herbal tinctures and extracts, as well as essential oils and whole foods. When we have a plant-based whole food diet, we're taking in quality plants into our body. The chemistry of those live plants interact with our body's chemistry, and it can help inform our cells how to function. It can the chemistry of plants influence the chemistry that our body makes in terms of hormones, biochemicals, neurotransmitters, all of the different chemistry that makes our body run. Another thing with chemicals in our body is that whenever you are feeling something, your body makes a corresponding chemical. So when you are feeling generous, when you're feeling compassionate, when you're feeling empowered, when you're feeling abundant, those are states of being that you can grow into. They may be examples of what your 3 power words are. When you are feeling the state of being empowered and abundant and compassionate, your body is making chemicals that help support you feel those emotions. When you feel those emotions, it's an energy, a vibration that you're broadcasting out into the world, and other people are picking up on those vibes or those energies. Hence the importance of who do you want to be? How do you want to show up? So when you can use the power of plants to help anchor that feeling state of your power words into your body, and you can hold that state of being for a time, it goes miles in helping you become what those 3 power words are. You follow? So you can become, you embody the state, the feeling, the energy of empowerment, of leadership, of compassion, of prosperity. Whatever your 3 words are that you want to be known by. Okay? So I know that's a big conversation, and it's something that I talk about a lot. In fact, when I work with people more one-on-one, then that comes up a lot in our conversations, and it's something that I've spent a lot of time learning how to do and how to understand, so I can teach it to other people, including you. So that's one of the things that I put into all of my videos here. And that being said, I have for you a resource that you can download that can help you with this, that talks a little bit about how you can use your 3 power words as well as the gifts of plants to really infuse your body with that state that you want to develop into, to repattern and shift the chemistry and hormonal state of your body. Okay, so that's my gift to you with this video. So you can download that. It's anywhere near this video or in the description of the video. You can find it. And so I'd love to hear what you think of that. Did you get value out of this video? What did you like best about it? So how do you create your personal brand? What have you done? I've given you these 3 tips of the 3 power words and talking to yourself, reminding yourself every day to think about what those power words, and then the gifts of plants to help embed them into your body. So what do? Leave a comment below and let me know what you thought, as well as subscribe to this channel, Faces of Freedom, and please share this video. Every week then I add a new video with tips and resources to help you create a succulent life that you love through a successful home business lifestyle. All right. And if you'd like to learn more about how I do all of this and how you could work with me, if you'd like to learn more about the gifts of plants and how you can use them to repattern your body, then please, by all means, contact me. You can reach me at my website at lauraleehumphreys.com. You can also reach me on Facebook And follow my Facebook fan page, which is Faces of Freedom, under my name, Laura Lee Humphreys. So you can easily reach me in either of those two places and let me know what questions you may have and what you would like to learn more about. And with that, thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. And until next time, enjoy your week.